Hello everyone. I'm Amir. Okay, welcome to my Zoom meeting for today. Right now, let's go to the topic for today. Okay, the topic for today is here. Okay, topic 1 is to techniques for overcoming the rejection. Right, this is some techniques and suggestions that what we can do when you invite people to join BNets. Right, okay. And the title 2 will be the measure to protect your electronic wallets. All right. So this is the topic for today. Okay. So if you have any questions, you can write on the comment sections. All right. Or you can raise a hand to ask, or you have any comment to tell. All right. Okay. Let's get the topic start now. All right. So title 1, techniques for overcoming the rejections. Right. So during our process of inviting people to join the teams, we encounter all kinds of people, right? Different kind of people, different kind of attitude, right? And today, I will discuss 2 types of people that I find hardest to communicate with and dislike the most, all right? Okay, what are they? The first is a narrow-minded individual, all right? The second is the skeptics, all right? And these 2 people is the most hardest to communicate, right? For me, okay. So in every social and professional environment, certain personality types can significantly impact the overall dynamics. So among them, narrow-minded people and skeptics are the one I dislike the most. Why? Why? Because, okay, there's some reason, okay? There's some reason, okay? Okay. So both groups shows traits that not only hinder their personal growth, all right, but also create obstacle for those around them. Okay, so these kind of people, they're very hard to grow, right, to improve themselves because of this kind of attitude. Besides that, they also influence people, right? So in this article, I will explore the characteristic of these 2 of individuals, all right, their impact and relationship, and the broader implication of such personalities in society, right? Okay, first, narrow-minded individual. Why we call this narrow-minded? All right. So narrow-minded represent a fixed mindset that clings to specific belief and opinions. All right. Dismissing anything that contract them. Right. That means that the things that he don't know, he never see before, he will not believe it. Okay. He only believe what he know and what he see. All right. Anything beyond his IQ, okay, beyond what he's seen before, he will never believe it. All right. So a narrow-minded individual often refuses to consider alternative perspective, which stiff open conversation and inhibits personal development. All right. So this kind of people, he cannot accept things or view from different angle that's not the same with him. All right. So it's very hard for anybody to discuss with him or even talk to him, because he thought that what he know, he thought that he already know everything. All right. So whatever he don't know that's is wrong or it doesn't exist. All right. So because of this, people very hard to develop, very hard to develop. They never had very hard to try or learn new things. All right. Okay. And this inflexibility creates an environment where authentic dialogue is nearly impossible. For instance, when present with new ideas, all right, when present with new ideas or evidence, a narrow-minded person might act defensively, all right, refuse to engage in constructive discourse, all right. just now I mentioned already, this kind of people, he feel very defensive, all right? Anything that's beyond his knowledge is wrong or is impossible or cheat or problem, okay? All right? Okay. So the refusal to entertain different viewpoints not only affect personal relationship, but also create significant barriers in professional setting. Collaborations requires a certain level of openness to foster creativity and innovations, all right? And narrow-minded individuals disrupt this balance, okay? Especially team project can become strained and unproductive when one person is obstinately resistant to new approach, all right? Can you imagine that when you team up with this kind of people to do a group project, how are you going to do that, all right? Their inability to adapt often lead to conflicts and ultimately hinder the group's potential, okay? Because they cannot accept anything that's not within his mindset, so he cannot work together with anybody, all right? And moreover, narrow-minded individual may show an inflated sense of self-importance. They often believe their worldview is superior, compelling them to dismiss other ideas. So they tend to monopolize discussions, and their unwillingness to listen breed frustration among peers. All right. Okay, this is the first attendant. All right. So let's talk about the skeptics. All right. Okay. So on the other hand, skeptics embody a mindset characteristic by doubt and disbelief. Okay, that means? Whatever you tell him, something is new to him, he will not believe it. All right, he will suspect it. All right, anything he will suspect. All right. So while skepticism can sometimes be valuable, okay, can be say 50-50, particularly in scientific inquiries. All right. So excessive skepticism transform into a personality flaw, all right, when it leads to outright rejections of ideas or belief without adequate considerations, all right. Skeptics often demand proof or substantial evidence for everything, okay, and in the process, they may foster an atmosphere of disrupt, okay. Understand? So a skeptic might question everything present to them, which can create a defensive environment where individual feels the need to justify their belief choices continuously. All right. So this constant scrutiny can erode the relationships, especially when it extends beyond innocent questions and mutates into outright disbelief. Just like narrow-minded individual, skeptics can derail teamwork and collaborations, all right? Making it difficult for teams to work together and share objective, all right? And additionally, skeptics often struggle with commitments, okay? Whether in personal relationships or professional side, their unyielding need for certainty can prevent them from taking the necessary risks, all right? In inhibiting growth and progress, right? Relationship with skeptics can be particularly challenging. Partners may feel unappreciated or frustrated when their contributions are scrutinized instead of valued for what they are, all right? Okay, let's go to the next part. The detrimental tour, all right? So what this means? The combination of narrow-minded and skepticism can create a toxic environment, both in personal relationships and in the workplace, all right? So individuals who shows these traits often unintentionally demotivate others and lagging behind in both personal and collective achievements, all right? So it works again, team morale can be plunged when any member consistently reject ideas or questions every initiative. So this lead to a culture where fears of criticisms stifles creativity and limits constructive dialogues. All right. So the impact of these personalities extend beyond immediate relationships. They can also have broader societal implications. A community filled with narrow-minded individuals and skeptics may struggle to embrace diversity, inclusivity, and innovations, right? Ultimately, stunting is growth, right? Openness to different opinions and ideas is important for society to evolve and adapt to the changing landscape of the world, all right? Okay, so in summary, narrow-minded individual and skeptic represent two types of people who can be profound, all right, disruptive in social and professional contexts. So their inflexibility and excessive doubt can hinder meaningful conversations, all right? Okay, it will stop the progress and create toxic environment. So while it is important to challenge idea and engage in health, skepticism is equally crucial to balance this with an openness and through a new perspective, right? So the interplay of these traits can demotivate and isolate those around them, right? Making collaborations and partnerships difficult is not, if not possible. As such, fostering a community that value openness, resilience, and growth is essential to counteract the adverse influence of narrow-mindedness and skepticism. All right. So by striving for the balance, we can cultivate more meaningful relationship and contribute positive to society. All right. Okay. So now I will talk about how to convince and educate these two kind of people. All right. This is some of my suggestions and the experience. All right. All right. Okay. Convincing narrow-minded and skeptical individual can be daunting task. All right. It's not easy. Okay. Yet this is important for fostering understanding and encouraging open dialogue in the society. Right. And this individual often hold strong, sometimes rigid belief shaped by their experience, their culture, or misinformation, right? So to engage them effectively, you need a strategy, all right? You need a way, all right? Empathetic approach built on understanding and respect, all right? So this essay outlines the practical strategy for educating and pursuing such individual while avoiding conflict and promoting constructive conversations, all right? Okay. First, you need to do is understanding the root of skepticism, right? So before attempting to pursue, so it is important to understand the reason behind a person, skepticism or narrow-minded people. Why? Why they think like this? You know, there's anything happens for some reason. Okay, if you don't like someone, there must be something. They must have a reason. Okay. So many skeptical individual has been shaped by their personal experience, cultural backgrounds, or social circle. All right. So the personal experience maybe he had bad experience on this, or cultural background, or maybe his family, tell him about this is not good, this is not right, or the social circle, or the people around him had bad experience on this, or tell him this is something not good, or this is something not right. Okay. So they may feel threatened by information that challenge their preconceived notions, all right? Thus, taking the time to comprehend their perspective can provide significant insight into how to communicate effectively with them, all right? establishing a common ground, right? One of the most effective initial steps is to establish a common ground. Okay, this is very important. Listen carefully. Share values, interests, or concern can be served as a bridge. Okay, fostering an atmosphere of mutual respect. By highlighting areas of agreements, you can engage with the individual in a way that feels safe and relatable. Okay, clear? Okay. So this approach strips down the defensive barriers and open the door for further discussions. So for example, if discussing climate change, one might start to share concern about local weather patterns or economic implications rather than diving directly into scientific debates. All right. So you need to have a way to go and talk to him, right? Okay. The second way is using Socratic methods. Okay. Listen carefully here. The Socratic methods with which involve asking questions rather than providing answer. Right. This is a powerful tool for engaging skeptical minds. Right. This approach encourages critical thinking, prompting individuals to reflect on their assumptions and beliefs. Okay. The key point is ask questions. All right. Okay. Ask questions rather than provide the answer. All right. So for example, let me give you an example. Instead of stating that climate change is real, you ask questions like, what do you think about the recent weather change we have been experiencing? Right? How do you interpret the statistic from science for scientists? Right? So these prompt self-reactions can lead them to arrive at conclusions that resonate more deeply than being told what to think. Right? So when you go and ask this, they will tell what is in their mind. So from there, you can understand what he is thinking and what is the reactions on this topic, right? So you need to let them to speak up, speak first. Then only you can know what is in his mind, and then you know how to communicate with him. Okay. And then the next, providing credible information. All right. Okay. So okay. So providing credible information. Okay. So when presenting information, ensure that your sources are credible and reliable. So narrow-minded individuals tend to disrupt information from source they perceive as biased or untrustworthy. So because of that, it is imperative to present facts from reputable institutions such as universities, government agencies, or independent research organizations. All right. Avoid overwhelming them with too much information at once. Instead, share bit-sized facts that are easy to digest and build upon common values. All right. Okay. And then The next is the sharing personal stories. All right. Personal story can be particularly compelling in breaking down barriers. All right. So when individuals hear about real life experience, especially your experience, they often resonate on an emotional levels, creating connection that dry facts cannot achieve. All right. Sharing a narrative about how you encounter a similar skepticism and evolve in your understanding, all right, can inspire them to reconsider their positions. However, it's vital to keep the focus on the experience rather than the persons. The aim is to facilitate empathy and understanding, all right? Okay. The next is encouraging reflections over confrontations, all right? Confrontational tactics usually lead to heightened defensiveness, okay, which can shut down the productive uh, dialogue. So instead of attacking a person's belief, encourage them to reflect. You phrase like, I understand where you are coming from, all right? But have you considered something like this, right? Especially when you tell them, okay, last time I have a very bad experience. I invest in one project, get scam, all right? I lose all my money. Yeah, I understand. I feel very scared. All right, you can tell him, yes, I understand where you're coming from, but you have to know that the previous project that scam you is not business. It's not business. It's nothing to do with business. All right, okay. You just back like you last time you have a right. And then the next is utilizing visual aids. All right, visual aids can facilitate understanding and retention of complex idea, graph, charts, infographics, and videos can make the information more digestible and compelling. All right. Okay. A narrow-minded individual may respond better to visual content that simplifies intricate data and communicates the essence of the arguments. All right. This can be particularly effective when addressing scientific or statistical concepts that might otherwise feel overwhelming. All right. Then the next is the creating a safe space for discussion. Encouraging open dialogues in safe space can help skeptical individuals feel more comfortable exploring new ideas, establishing environments where all participants are encouraged to share their views without fear or ridicule or backlash. All right, book clubs, discussion forums or community workshops center on relate or on relevant topics allow for explorations of ideas collaborative, right? So this space can help reduce defensiveness and invite open-minded, make it easier to have a meaningful conversations. All right. And then is the being patient and respectful. All right. So change take times. Patience is key. All right. So expecting immediate changes in belief can result in disappointments, but incremental shift in perspective are often more sustainable. So maintain a respect for their opinions, even when you disagree, acknowledging their rights to hold a different opinion, foster trust, and open the door for continued dialogue over the time. Okay? Modeling open-mindedness. Lead by example through your behavior. So demonstrate the open-mindedness and willingness to learn, all right? And acknowledge when you do not have all the answer or express how your opinions might have changed over such time. So such humility can inspire others to adopt a similar attitude, promoting an environment of shared learnings rather than one of dominance in the debates. All right? Clear? So in conclusion, education and convincing a narrow-minded or skeptical individual can be a challenging task that requires skill, empathy, and perseverance. All right? By understanding their perspective, establishing common ground, employing the Socratic methods, providing credible information, and encouraging reflections, one can create pathway for meaningful conversations. All right. So ultimately, fostering a culture of openness and respect is essential for bridging divides and nurturing a more understanding society. While the route to change being gradual, every respectful engagement contributes to the larger dialogue necessary for progress. Engaging with patience and compassion is not merely a strategy, but a vital component of constructive discourse in our increasingly polarized world. All right? Clear? Okay. That's all for the first topic. And now we go to the second topic. All right? Okay. Topic 2, measure to protect your electronic wallets. Okay, I need to re-emphasize this because on and off we have some new members, or new friends who new into the cryptocurrency. They face the problem of getting so-called hacked or their funds get steal. All right, because why? Why their funds is so easy to get hacked or steal? Because they don't know how to protect their electronic wallets. And because this thing is to new people is something new. For new people, they really don't have any ideas, they really don't have any ideas to how this works. All right. Okay. So let's talk about this. Okay. So explanation of the security of 12 group of security dynamics for electronic wallets. All right. So in the rapid evolving world of digital currency, the electronic wallets serve as a crucial tools for storing and managing cryptocurrency assets, making its security especially important, right? The 12 groups of dynamics are a method for generating the private key of an electronic wallet, providing user with a convenient means of recovery, right? However, how to better protect this dynamic phase and ensure the safety of funds is a matter that every user should take it seriously, all right? And this article will delve into this topic and provide some practical safety tips, okay? The first, how to better protect your dynamic phrase. All right. Save by taking screenshot on your phone. Okay. First thing is, so in this age, information age, mobile phone has become an indispensable tools in our life. All right. Using your phone to take screenshot of your dynamic phrase can be convenient and quick methods. Okay. So, however, it's important to note that after taking the screenshot, you should promptly encrypt the file to prevent other application or individual from accessing this information. Right? Careful. Okay. The second is after setting up the protection measures such as phone password, fingerprints, or facial recognitions. Right? Save the screenshot of the dynamic phrase in a secure locations to prevent accidents leakage. All right. Okay. And that's in the manuscript preservations. All right. So although smartphone brings convenience, relying on electronic device come with many risks, such as potential hacking or device loss. Okay. So because of that, recording information in a handwriting manuscript is more traditional and safe methods. Okay. So when transcripting dynamics phrase is recommended to use writing tools that are not easily guessed. Okay. Such as pencil instead of ball pens to reduce the risk of information leakage due to the unclear erasers. Okay. And then placing the handwriting manuscript in a safe location, such as a safe or hidden spot in the home. All right. Is an effective way to ensure that dynamic phrase are not discovered by others. Okay. So additionally, you might consider storing them in multiple locations for further reduce risk. Okay. And second, do not send to anyone. As even though that your team leader also you cannot let the team leader know your password. All right. Okay. A lot of people, yeah, maybe his upline, his team leader help him to to do the password, right? To do the wallet, but he forget that his team leader have his 12 dynamic password. That's the problem. Okay. So in cryptocurrency tradings, protection personal informations and assets security is crucial. Sending your recovery phrase to anyone is an advised choice, whether that person is a friend, family member, or stranger online. So many scam occurs because user place too much trust in others, especially regarding the money matters. Okay. So once a dynamic phrase is leaked, it means others can easily access your e-wallets, resulting in irretrievable financial loss. Like that, nobody can help you. Okay. So because of that, regardless of how much you trust others, you should firmly maintain the confidentially of your dynamic phrase. All right. Okay. The threat brought by the dynamic phrase leakage. Okay. The primary functions of a dynamic phrase is to provide user with a recovery method that does not require a complex password. Okay. But this also means that one is obtained by others, or privacy and asset will be severely threatened. And here are some potential issues that may arise after leakage of a dynamic phrase. Okay. The first, security risk of funds. Okay. Once the dynamic phrase is leaked, anyone has a chance to access your e-wallet through it and transfer your funds at will. While the stolen amount are often irretrievable, according to some reports, many users have lost thousands of or even millions of assets because of this. Okay. Second, exposure of privacy. So in addition to the direct financial loss, the leakage of nanomics phrase may lead to more privacy issues. For example, hackers can obtain relevant transaction records, investment habits, and etc. through your wallet informations, thereby further attacking users' other accounts, resulting in secondary losses. All right. Third, legal risk. So in certain cases, using cryptocurrencies for transactions may cross legal boundaries, especially in connections with illegal activities such as money laundering and fraud. So once the nanomic phrase is obtained by criminal, user may face legal liability and incur unpredictable legal risk. All right. Okay, and this is some of the suggestions. So overall, protecting the 12 group of nanomic phrase for electronic wallet is not only a fundamental measure for safeguarding personal assets, but also an important part of maintaining the security of digital currency ecosystem. Users should remain vigilant at all times, regularly check effectively security measures, and ensure that nanomic phrase are not leaked. Okay. So it is recommended that to prioritize the preservation of handwriting copies and adopt decentralized storage measure to enhance security. Right. Second, avoid sharing nanomic phrase with anyone, and be cautious of so-called security advice that may lead to easily leaking information. All right. Third, regularly review the security of your electronic wallets and nanomics phrase, and keep your knowledgeable about the digital currency security up to date, as this is the foundations for achieving long-term safety. All right. So through the above measure, user not only can protect their digital asset, but also contribute to the security of these emerging markets. Right. So in conclusion, the security of the 12 words nanomic is crucial. All right. By optimizing the storage methods, maintaining the confidentiality of the nanomics, and being aware of the risk posed by leak, we can maximize the reduction of the risk of thief. Okay, ultimately, the security of electronic wallets is in our hands. Only by staying vigilant, we can achieve a secure asset management in this digital world filled with opportunities and challenge. All right. So, in my conclusion is this 12 nanomic password you cannot let anyone know other than you. Even your good friends, even your wife, or even your team leader, especially your teammates, right? They can teach you how to do that, but you have to make sure that they do know your 12 nanomic password. All right. They can, when they create for you, you learn. After that, you redo again a new wallet, so that he or she that teach you just now don't have your 12 nanomic password. All right. So if you leak your 12 nanomic password to other people, don't come and blame that the platform could steal your money or this or that, All right. Okay. So that's all for today. Right. I hope that you all can learn how to protect your digital wallet from my classes. All right. Thank you. Thanks for everyone. Thanks for attending. All right. If you need the notes for today, please contact your team leader. All right. Thank you, and bye. Thanks. Bye bye.